What's happening, guys? So the market is setting up to do some crazy stuff this week. We got a lot of news coming out this week. So we're gonna go over that. Plus, we're gonna do a little bit of market recap and trade ideas for tomorrow. So just as far as what's gonna be going on this week, today we had no news, but we still see some kind of push in some of the stocks. We did have a couple good trades today, but tomorrow is when the news starts. And as you can see at 10 o'clock, we're going to have news come out, some important news coming out at 10 o'clock. We also have 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So pay attention to tomorrow. The good thing is the 8:30 and the 9:30, those are coming out. So whatever happens, it will give you an idea of what the market want to do. But at 10 o'clock, the market can shift. So when you're thinking the market will be going one way, the market can shift and go the opposite way depending on what the news come out as, because we have important news coming out at 10 o'clock. Now on Wednesday, we got some news coming out on Wednesday as well. So you got to pay attention to those guys and make sure that you're following your trading plan. You don't get stuck in your trading plan. You don't get stuck in FOMO, I should say, right? So Wednesday we have a lot of news coming out on Wednesday as well. So you just got to pay attention. But right now we're looking at tomorrow, and tomorrow, just be careful if you want to sit out, especially as a new trader or a beginner trader. If you want to sit out and wait till the news come out at 10 o'clock, then you make your trade based on that, then that will be a good idea as well, if you don't want to get stuck and then just leave yourself open to news, right? Because it can go against you when you're talking about that. Now today, guys, we smashed two trades out the gate. GLD, which I did give you guys on Sunday Signal. I gave you that trade idea on Sunday Signal. Took that trade today to the downside. Like I said, I see the breakdown to the downside. So we definitely took puts on that and did great on that. And I also did a trade on Home Depot. So people made money in the group today. As far as those trades, you have people right here, $1,800 on Home Depot, 2,100 on things. So I mean, people are making money in the group, guys. We did 45%, 40%. So definitely something, if you guys want to learn how to trade, or you just want to join a community that's doing trades every single day, then hey, hop over. All right, we're in the Discord. The description is gonna be in the Discord. Discord. Like I said, I do live trades every single day as well. So if you want to participate, just join our Discord. Now, what I'm seeing, guys, on I know I talk about banks, and banks might be going up to the upside, right? But we have to be careful because we are at all-time highs. So right now, what I'm seeing for banks, I mentioned this to you on all type of levels, especially even with SPY, we're having divergences form on these time frames. So right now, we have divergence forming on the weekly, and also we have divergence forming on the daily as well. Right now, if we go down to a smaller time frame, that divergence, in a sense, did that already trigger on a 4 hour? It already triggered on a 4 hour, right? So we could see divergences always shows up on the smaller time frame before it shows up on the higher time frame. So what is divergence? Divergence is when you have higher high on the price action. So this is a bearish divergence, okay? You have higher high on a price action and you have lower low on the indicator. Now, this is not confirmed until tomorrow. We have a break of this low right here. Once we have a break of the day low, once we have a break right here, then we could say, okay, we have some type of divergence that's confirmed on the day. Okay, so you could look for GS as for a trade idea for GS for tomorrow. As for the banks, now a lot of the banks pulled back today. So a lot of banks pulled back today. JP Morgan, I believe, is going to go up to 300. That 305 level. Hold on, let me pull this down. Let me make sure that 300 level, right? So it might go a little bit above 300. 300 is a psych level, guys. So once we hit 300, we might go over 300 a little bit, but then expect some type of rejection to come back down to the downside. Okay, so if you're thinking about getting like 2 months out, once it hit that level and you see some type of rejection, then you could say, all right, let me go ahead and short it and make sure you have time, because all of these are at all-time highs. And when I say all-time highs, it doesn't have no slowdown. So we still can push, dependent especially on the news that's coming out this week. So we have to be careful as far as how we're taking trades. We can't be biased. We have to play what the charts give us. And that's exactly what we did today, especially on Home Depot. We played what the chart gave us, right? So on Home Depot today, did over 40% on Home Depot. I love the setup. We had a consolidation for the last 2 days. So once we broke above here, I saw it broke the day to the downside. I told everyone in the Discord, in the community, I said, listen, I am not paying attention to that. I'm biased towards the upside. I'm not taking any puts. Home Depot, I'm bullish on Home Depot. Home Depot can go up to, for one, it already hit our target. First target was at 377, 88, I believe, or something like that. Our next target was right here at the red line. Then our third target is right here at 85 and then at 90. Okay, so some of the targets haven't hit yet. So we still have some upside to go on Home Depot, but we saw this trade out the gate. Once it broke, I waited. Now I could have jumped into this trade a lot earlier, right? I could have jumped into this trade a lot earlier, especially on the 15-minute. I saw the break off right here on the 15-minute, and I could have gotten the trade right here. I wanted to, but I'm like, no. I wanted to wait for confirmation, and my confirmation was I know when it was going to be bullish is when it broke that day. Now I had to wait what, $1.50 move, right? Even though I saw the reversal on the 15-minute, even though I saw the support on the 200, I still waited, and that's part of using your trading plan and being patient regardless, not chasing, but just wait for more confirmation. And we were still able to get a decent profit out of this. Now this contract ran up to over 100%. I just didn't hold it till 100%. Okay, but great trade nevertheless. We were done by 10:30. By this candle, we was out of the trade. Okay, we didn't ride it all the way up to here, but by 10:30 we was out of the trade. At that point we was done. Everything's locked and sealed, all profits done by 10:30. So with that, guys, that was a beautiful trade on Home Depot. And then like I said, on GLD, we did GLD today as well, and I called out GLD for um on Sunday signal. Okay, but on GLD, what I saw on GLD was on the weekly, I said the weekly have a reversal. It will be a reversal if we break a certain level on the weekly. So I was looking for the break of the weekly low. Once that weekly low broke, I was taking it to the downside. So on the 15-minute this morning, we jumped in right as that 15-minute break. So we came in right here when that 15-minute break, and then we ride this bad boy all the way down. Now, I didn't ride it all the way down. I got out right here at this target right here, collected 40%, but it kept dropping. Okay, it kept dropping, went down to this target. Ultimately, this was our second target, and it hit that target, consolidated. But again, this contract went over 100% as well. So great trade on both of them. Um, and just looking forward to what we have coming up this week as far as the volatility that might be. You might see some more downside in this because, again, it already broke the weekly. Right now, if you look at futures, we might be pushing up. So with futures right now, let's see what it's doing on futures. Futures right now, we're consolidating on futures, but right now in futures, we're pushing up a little bit. Okay, right here. So on futures right now, we're pushing up a little bit. But what we ultimately might see, guys, is a push up to the 50% line right here and a rejection and a continuation down. Okay. We are bearish on gold to the downside, so we can come all the way down, at least test support right here. But we might see even more downside on top of that. So just pay attention to that for GLD. If gold is falling, then you could trade GLD as options. Okay. So for this week or for tomorrow, like I said, GS is a good potential as far as for trade. But also, I want to mention Tesla to you guys. Tesla right now is in a crazy phase right now. We're on this line where we're touching this line right here. So this is a trend line that we're bouncing off of. If you go down to the daily, it's the same thing. We're bouncing off this trend line, right? But the crazy thing is we're closing above the 200 right now. Okay, so once we close above this 200, we want to see a break of this week right there. A break of this weekly candle at 38, and Tesla is going to push up to that 350 range, like I talk about, but it's going to take some pushing. Now, what I would rather see and what I would rather wait on is next month, which is 2 more days. I would rather wait for the month to end, because if the month ends and we don't break previous month high or previous month low, I am excited about Tesla going into August as far as a move to the upside or to the downside, whichever way. So just paying attention to Tesla right now, it broke above the 200 and it closed above the 200. So we could continue or we could reject off this line, come back down and just consolidate. So I'm watching Tesla to see what it does. I like trading Tesla. Tesla is my baby on Fridays. But either way, we're going to trade whatever the market gives us. So no matter what, that's going to be it. Right. So, guys, again, make sure when you're taking trades, you're trading safely. Um, there's no FOMO when it comes to this. There's no missing out on opportunities, because every day there's an opportunity. But also remember, when you don't trade, that is a good trade, because you sat there, you analyzed the market, you didn't force the trade, you didn't lose any money, but you also got to observe and see what happened when the market is doing what it's doing. So the next time you see that, you could take advantage of that. Never feel like you need to trade all the time. Never feel like you need to be in the market all the time. Never feel like you need to chase and make profits like other people, because everybody trade with different amount, different account size, and you can build up as well. All right. So with that said, guys, hope you have a safe trading day. Again, if you need any information, if you want to learn more about options trading, go ahead, jump in my Discord. My Discord is called Married to the Markets. Me and my wife trade live every single day. That's why we call it Married to the Market. And we do live trading as well. So if you want to join us in live trading, we welcome all the married couples as well. So with that said, guys, hope you have a great rest of your night and trade safely tomorrow, guys. All right. See y'all tomorrow.